Alright, so it's been some time since we had the Foghashing C2 Immersion tank catch fire on us, and if you're not familiar with what happened, I would challenge you to go check out that video. But as you can see here, this bad boy burnt to a crisp, and the reason we're looking at it right now is because I want to see what we could do to salvage some parts, namely this Meanwell power supply. This actual power supply, or certain variants of it, are very good for bit axes and powering other tools. The power supply is golden. Everything else got scorched to hurl. So as you can see, all that's donezo. We might be able to use some of the wires, but not all the wires. So I'm going to see what I can do. Get this power supply removed, cut where it's no longer good, make sure it's not burnt or fused together. And another thing that we could save out of this guy is this pump. This pump was working perfectly fine before it caught fire, and if the pump goes out in the replacement unit, I can have a backup one. So we just need to find a way to store that securely. And since my last update video, obviously you guys know we got the replacement tank. Foghashing team worked with us. Thank you very much in helping us figure it all out. Now, I did do a couple modifications. One, the screws here, well, they're not screws, they're turned upside down, and I pointed them the other way, so that way I can easily lift this lid off, check in there, make sure everything is good to go. But everything is running just fine. Reconnected all the hoses, refilled it with liquid after moving it to all the buckets. And yeah, our Bitcoin S19K Pros are hashing away and doing just fine. Liquid temperature is around 41 degrees right now, Celsius. And then we got the Alpha Pex, the AL2 Lite, and the Mini Doge 3 hashing right next to it. So all that's up and running, good to go. We just need to see what we could do to salvage or grab what we can off of this thing. So first things first, let's go attack this Meanwell power supply. We could get to that top right one, that top left one, I'm not too sure about. Can't see anything in there. So that might just be a peg or a standoff. So let's go ahead and attack those first. Yeah, that top left one was basically like a standoff. But once I loosened that top right one, after attacking the bottom left, it fell right down. You can see it's very scorched. So the power supply might be a little bit damaged. We'll have to see. But we need to find a good spot to cut these wires. So I say right there. Maybe right here, all the way down. And then where are those two red ones? Those are going right here. Those are scorched as well. So I'm thinking right down the middle, cut the zip tie right here, right down the middle, and save what we can. We got another power wire going all the way across to here. That actually still looks good a little bit, but yeah, this is all crusty. So I need to cut zip tie there, zip tie there, zip tie there, cut those off, and get it off of that control board. That is fried to a damn crisp. Look at that. Now I'm going after this port. It's dirty, but with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, it is still usable. So now I got two options. I could disconnect it from this side, or because I got to clean up the power supply anyway because it's really charred, I could disconnect it from down here, which is probably what I'm going to wind up doing. But here is the control board up close. You can just see the damage to the overall board. Can't tell what kind of chip that used to be right there. You can see where they got pump, temp, something else, and something else. And we could actually see it if you looked at my previous video where we installed the newer revision. And that's the thing. This is one of the first revisions of the C1. And with any new technology, it doesn't matter what it is, car, GPU, CPU, whatever, there's always going to be the chance of being the first one in the door that you might get lit up, right? So I knew that. I wanted to work with Foghashing. They worked with me. I'm grateful, and they've been very supportive and communicative this entire time. It's just, this is one of the things that happen in crypto mining overall. But a lot of revisions and changes that were made to the revision 1 C2 to the revision 2, 3, and 4. We talked about those in a previous video, but now we need to try to grab the pump out of this thing, and we just need to see if we can revive this power supply, or at least clean it up and get it prepared for something else in the future. I don't know what that is going to be yet, but I know the meanwhile power supplies are pretty good. And just wanted to notate the configuration, the power supply, the output, the voltage, all that good stuff, and the configuration in which it's set up. You can see we got one red going to V plus, a black wire going to V minus, then we have our ground connection, and I believe that's a neutral and a live. So live, neutral, ground for 240 volt. Looks like we've got a couple wires, right? Yep, 3 wires total. So live, neutral, ground, double paired up on those lines, and then a V plus and a V minus, which by the way, the V plus and V minus was going to a specific area on the board. I have to look and see, hey, a spider, what are you doing down there? Were you biting me a second ago? You asshole. Welcome to Florida. You jerk. Go ahead, live underneath that control board. See if I like it. You probably were biting me a second ago. Now you want to come towards me? Oh, this is messed up. Oh, get him right there. Get him. No, dude. Go away. Alright, anyways. We need to move on. For the pump side, I'm going to leave this hose attached. I want to keep that. I'm going to remove that clamp right there with some good old-fashioned channel locks. Remove the top 2 screws, and instead of having to unplug and dewire it and then pull the wire through this box or out of the box, I am just going to take some aluminum cutters and find a good spot to cut. Let's say right around this area, somewhere in here, right before the craziness and burns and stuff. So like so. Oh, still not cutting. There we go. Run that through that hole, pull it through. The sensors, these are going to temperature sensors. I don't think we can repurpose those. You could see one would be like your flow indicator and one would be your temperature sensor. Technically, those boards down there are good. If somebody can use them for something, like, let me know, because I am going to take this container and recycle it, or if somebody can repurpose it after they clean it up, I will ship it to them. Matter of fact, I can send it to them in the C2 box if they really wanted to, but it's been out here in the rain a little bit, so I'll tape it up and make it look nice. But if somebody does want to repurpose this container, adding their own pump and everything, let me know. But otherwise, it's just going to go to the recycle to be properly, remelted and made to work for somebody else. Underneath the top section here, you remove the 2 screws, and you're going to see the wiring assembly for the pump. See how the wire goes through here, and we got our green for ground right here in the middle. And then we got a grouping of wires. Let's see here, 2 yellow, a blue, a green, a black, a red. So it looks like we got our black and our red coming up, and then our green for ground. And that black and red split out to their respective channels. Red goes underneath this yellow section right here. 2 yellows. And what is the blue doing? Blue is by itself. There's nothing in here with the blue. So green we know is ground. Interesting. But you got 2 wires going in there with the green. One of them is black, and one of them is, yeah, the green and black. Interesting. So how many wires we got coming out of this pump? So coming out of this pump we got 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 5 wires. But coming up we only have 3 wires. Yeah, a red, a black, and a ground. And then obviously using wire nuts to kind of split those connections out. But anyways, I already loosened this for us, so I just need to keep going. And then I'm gonna take out the 4 screws at the very bottom. You can see 2 of them right down here, 2 more on this side. There's a little bit of oil down there. I could salvage that, but it's all nasty and it's already got gnats and stuff in it. So just gonna take this pump out and let it drain and find it a nice home to chill and hang on to, because this does direct fit into the current working C2. That's going to be a little bit hard to pull out. You can see there's kind of a seal right here, so I'm going to have to push it out once I get those screws down there opened up. And you would need an extended driver to get down to your normal drill won't be able to fit down into that area. So let me tackle those. By the way, I changed my mind. Instead of going at it with a Phillips, I got a 10mm socket, which is what fits on those bolts. And since my socket is not magnetic, I got a magnetic tip to go and fish out whatever I drop. But 10mm is what you need for those bottom bolts. All right, and once those bolts were removed, I just pulled the pump to the left. It disconnected or decoupled from that section right there. There is an O-ring, so make sure you have a backup O-ring. I have some spares that came with the C2 anyways. If you guys need the measurements before it's crushed or before it's been an immersion liquid, hit me up. I'll try to get that in the DMs. But now I just pull this wire through and we can move this pump and anything else we need to in a spare box. I definitely wanted to see about cleaning this up. It doesn't look like this particular guy is damaged. The shell might be damaged, but everything else looks okay. Some of you electrical engineers out there can weigh in and let me know what your thoughts are. It definitely got scored up with the heat and everything. We could take off this shielding if we really wanted to, but any pros out there, feel free to let me know and weigh in and be like, hey, just get a new one. Don't bother trying to salvage that. But I am going to try to clean it up and see if we can repurpose not only this pump, but the mean well power supply and this little connector right here. We could find another use case for it or have it as a backup. That's all fire extinguisher stuff. So I'll just clean that up with some rubbing alcohol and some good electric degreaser, safe for electronics. But yeah, this guy is going to be repurposed now, or maybe somebody wants to get it off of me and use it for something. I don't know what. But otherwise, it's going to go get recycled and put into somebody's computer case. It might be a Cooler Master case or a height case in the future as it gets melted down and repurposed. But yeah, that's the update for the old C2. Going to try to keep the pump. I think we could repurpose that if we were in a pinch. Power supply, we can reuse that in various cases, such as powering small devices like our bit axes. And that power adapter we can repurpose in case the current one goes out, or if I need to replace any other connectors. But you let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Those of you that caught on to what happened with this original unit, as well as when I got the replacement unit, let me know what your thoughts are with the whole situation. Do you think Foghashing handled themselves well? I believe they did. They communicated very quickly. They try to work with me, but again, I want to hear from you because you guys are the lifeblood of the crypto mining community. But thanks so much for watching. Hit that like button on the way out. Make sure to get subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description. They'll support the channel and what we do here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Also, let me know if you guys can use those sensors down there. Again, it's a flow sensor and a temp sensor, but I don't know how you can repurpose it. Take care.